So I think there is one thing to be said about the UFO community and the paranormal community is that we see this often. It's someone has an experience, and it's unlike any other topic or niche or hobby, because once it touches you, you become obsessed. And this is the only topic, like I said, that I've seen people literally drop everything and just go full on course correction. I want answers, and that's what I'm doing for the rest of my life. What other thing, what other topic, what other I don't really know how to say it, but what other thing would make someone like that, make someone act that way, make someone uproot their
Heroin.
life? Well, aside from addiction,
Fentanyl.
hookers, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, only if you're drowning them. You know, that's
Yeah.
it's hard to give up.
Right.
Tell me about it.
But you see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
I just had Robert Salas on the show. Who's my
It was a really good show. That was your last show, wasn't it? I think
That was my last show. Yes.
Yeah.
And he was part of that disclosure project. I don't know if you remember the original 2001 disclosure project. Someone from my audience brought it up. That disclosure project 1.0 happens. What happens a month later? 9/11. Because like you said, that should have been disclosure right there.
Yeah.
Immediate. Something takes hold of the news cycle immediately after.
The disclosure project, like the first one, reminds me somewhat of, because we just had Bart Sabrell on last week, and when we talked about the moon show, I said to him, like towards the end of our interview with him, that I think a funny thing happened on the way to the moon. If that had been released in a internet world where it would have been shared on multiple video sites and millions of people would have seen it, I think that would have changed the world. Yeah, it would have changed the world. The cleanup operation that would have had to have gone on from the moon hoax team, because I don't believe we went to the moon, would have had to be it would have been impossible. It would have been
you don't think we went to the moon?
No, not for a second.
Who am I talking to here?
Lee.
I was gonna say, I just had a different screen up. Who doesn't believe?
I don't believe we went to the moon.
I don't believe we went to the moon either.
But neither of you?
Ollie, come on, make a pyramid.
I don't believe the footage we saw was real.
Fair. That's
fair.
fair.
There you go.
I'll say that.
Now you're saying now we're on the right path.
Do I know? I think. Okay, if we went to the moon, we're there now. We're still there. I don't believe that they stopped. If they did go, they didn't stop.
I was gonna say, you can't believe in a secret fucking government and not think we've been to the moon.
I don't know. I think they can go. I think that there's investigates Chad and Sherry. It's like, we didn't go to the moon. I think that they would be more obsessed with the occults and control measures here. Because when I look at secret emails, I don't see too much about the secret space program or agency, but I do see things where world leaders are talking about sacrificing chickens to Moloch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're not, hey, get Captain Kirk ready for the beam me up to Mars. But they're like, hey, get the chicken ready because we're going to cut the head off that with some walnut sauce and dance naked in the moonlight under fire. Nah, we're just palling around. All the guys are doing it. All the guys are doing a little grab ass. No big deal. But bring the children.
The amount of times I've just sent joke emails to people talking about making sacrifices to Baphomet. I can't count those emails.
I sent 666 today.
I knew that thumbnail was fitting for the show.
Right?
Oh man, I gotta chat with you fellas more. Oh God, I haven't laughed like that in a while.
So I
it-
asked you earlier, what do you think? So obviously you've done your research on this subject. Where are you now
Where am I now? I'm
in this subject? Where's your headspace with this?
He's on a podcast, Ollie. Come on, you're here.
I was gonna say, I was gonna make the joke. I'm in framing him, but I think that we're dealing with a much more complex. I used to think that it was all aliens, right? It was all beings from other planets that were coming here, and
Now you think the Earth's flat and it's run by reptilians.
A little bit more every day, man.
But you know what's weird? I was in the UN building. I don't know if you've ever been there, but in the UN building hangs a flat Earth map.
Yeah. Wild. Also, I believe the
I
map.
saw a picture of it the other day, so
yeah.
it sparked it.
Yeah, I believe the map on the Air Force One as well is a flat Earth map.
Yep.
Yeah, they're all essentially flat Earth maps.
Mm-hmm.
And
Any map that's on like a logo like that tends to reflect. And listen, I don't know about the flat Earth thing. I don't.
I believe the way you're speaking, we have a T-shirt for you.
Yeah,
we have a T-shirt for you, and it feels like you should be wearing that.
He's not a flat earther. But
how much is it?
I don't know.
I'm not sure, Ollie. How much for a T-shirt?
No idea.
Shit, I'll buy that right now.
I think they're like
reasonable.
$20 or
They are
something.
reasonable.
Reasonable, yeah.
You got a great audience too. See,
they're okay.
I'm like
they're on their
shadow-
medication today.
I'm like shadow banned on YouTube for some reason. My podcast has an average 100,000 listeners. Average. So I'm not trying to brag, but on YouTube I could barely crack 600 views. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Oh, hey man. I mean, our audio, we're getting like 200. So
Yeah,
no, just 200.
200,000.
Nope.
So it's
200.
backwards.
Yeah, one less than 201, one more than 199.
So we should come together, scissor.
I don't think we can do
Fix
that on
this
camera,
shit.
or at least not without an OnlyFans.
No, but back to it, guys. That was a fucking amazing joke, by the way. Where I'm at now is I just think there's so much more going on, and I think that like I said, it's kind of like this notion that the big reveal, right? When we're young, we look up to our parents and any adult, honestly, and we say they know everything. They know everything because they're an adult, so they know everything, right? It's not until a little bit later in life that we realize that our parents, they're just fucking people. And they're winging it day by day, just like Joe, Dick, and Harry down the street, just like Tom, Sally, and Joe over on the block, just like everybody is. So, right, it's this big secret. It's the same thing with the world that we're taught. It's black and white. It's not, right?
Yeah.
Like we're taught that this desk is real. I can see it. I can feel it, right? And what we can see, touch, and feel, that's what's real, right? Science is real, right? Because we can test it, we can measure it, we can yada yada. Okay, I get that, but I'm seeing a lot more gray now than I ever have before.
Yeah,
that's where I am. Right?
That's the healthy place to be. That's the natural evolution of logic. That logic was never meant to be those who believe themselves to be better and have made up initials to put behind their name because they hang out for a really long time at school with a bunch of really old people, and how they get the grades are very questionable depending on chest size, bust size, and willingness to, humiliate themselves. So why would we put ourselves under the judgment of them instead of question it for ourselves? And again, it's another trick that's been played, right? It's a trick that's been played on the populace that they are better and more intelligent than you. You should listen to them because they speak loudly. If you tell a lie loud enough, long enough, it becomes the truth. And that has been mastered. And the masses have been fooled into believing that they are less than they are. When the reality is people are intelligent and capable and competent, and they can judge for themselves, and they should. They should be given the evidence and not just the word of strangers on TV that we don't know their background, especially when you find out that they dress up like a dog and beat other people with steel dildos, and they hold lectures on it, and they like to steal women's clothing from airports. Like, that's not the person you put in charge of nuclear security, of waste. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, we should have all been made more aware of that before this was going on.
Why do you think we have this? Why do you think the Epstein list didn't come out?
Who? Never heard of him.
Yeah. Why do you think that? Why do you think we'll never know who P. Diddy had information on?
I think we do know. I think we do know who he had it on. I guarantee it was someone at federal and government levels as quickly as those charges disappeared.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I think we could run that to the top of Homeland Security and the FBI and see the people who are directly, like, who's the American Attorney General for Southern Florida who was in charge of that, who made that go away? Oh, you used to go to Diddy's parties. Cool. Can we see your cell phone?
Yeah. Right. Right. So Julian Dory, I don't know if you guys know Julian.
But heard of him.
Yeah. So he's not like a friend of mine. We've conversed here and there. But someone made a remark to him almost 7 to 8 years ago. And it was like, and he kind of like brushed it off. And it was like, if you get invited to a P. Diddy party, don't go. And like, he just was like, what? And they just moved on, right? He didn't know what it meant. Hindsight being 2020, right? Fucking, I mean, that's we. Now think about, and anyone worth their salt in the intelligence world will tell you that if you find one mole, there's at least two more. At least. So P. Diddy getting caught. I mean, there's probably people like P. Diddy who have, the sex, walls, the double mirrors, that kind of shit. There's probably one of the 3 of 5 of those in every major industry, right? Big
100%.
pharma, big tech, Hollywood, definitely Hollywood. I mean, there's no question about it. That's why I left. Just any major industry, right? There's you got your honeypots, and there's people. That's what we've done.
So the question then is the question then has to be why. I understand, I think we know the answer. So
Power.
It's a bit of a hypothetical, but it makes sense. Obviously, I don't care whether you are like the Kremlin, Mossad, whatever it is. If you can get a president or a top level politician in the bag, it's worth having a politician like that in the bag.
You mean like Feng Feng's boyfriend? The Chinese affirmed agent Feng Feng, who is dating a United States congressman and a mayor and a couple other people. Feng Feng getting bang bang.
But this is why this control system, this is why this control system is much bigger than that. Because that's fine. Like the idea of corruptible politicians, brilliant.
Yeah.
So why are we doing it with the entertainment industry then? Why? Because I'm not alleging anything here.
No, it makes sense, bro. They're the idols. You have to control the idols of the masses.
They are the new gods. If you want to talk about gods, I mean, look at the way people fucking literally. I mean, right? Look at NSYNC. I know this is like a throwback, right? But I mean, you could say about Justin Bieber, like the the amount of people that would lose their goddamn minds when that guy was just maybe in a